And there's a lot of young people in the city of Detroit that have adopted this no snitch policy. There's this fear that if I talk, I could be hurt. We've got to change the way people think.
If you've heard it once, you've heard it a million times in Detroit. The only way to stop the no-snitch culture and put the bad guys behind bars is to speak up. In other words, if you see something, you've got to say something. That's why when I saw some punk firing a gun down a city street in broad daylight, I called 911. But I didn't get the response that you'd expect, and I didn't get the response that you deserve. Now let me take you to the scene of the crime and show you how it all went down. So I stopped here at US Petro, cheapest gas on the east side of town, and I see this group of guys giving a little guy a hard time. They're going back and forth. One guy with his pants down around his ankles is just giving him the hardest time of all, just yelling all kinds of obscenities at him. Conflict resolution skills being what they are in Detroit, you knew this was gonna go south. Eventually these guys get in a green Taurus and they start going down Kirchhoff. They're still jawing at this kid. He gets out in the street, gives them the what for. They still are giving him a hard time, so he flashes his piece. Well, now to be a man, if you flash a piece, you gotta show that you're willing to use it. He reaches out, pop, pop, fires 2 shots, 2 or 3 shots at him as they're going down Kirchhoff. By now, I turn to the guy next to me, and he says, "That's the last time I get gas here." I said, "I hear you." I finish up, get in the car, and I pull out into traffic, and I see him go down this alley. And he's going kind of slow, looking back over his shoulder, and as he's walking up the alley, I call 911.
Emergency 911, what's the problem?
Had a young man just firing 2 shots at Chalmers and Kirchhoff. Shot at a green Taurus.
So this kind of thing I figure happens all the time. A couple of knuckleheads start talking, somebody fires some shots, but I figured somebody's got to stand up.
Looks like he's a teenager. He's got a white t-shirt, black jeans, and a black hat turned on sideways, kind of a square-fitting hat, young black man.
And I'm just sort of slowly tracking him, talking to 911, giving him a detailed description and asking them, do they want my name as a witness?
Do you need any information from me in case you guys grab?
Nope, we already got it, sir.
Okay, you don't need any witnesses or anything?
Nope, somebody else called in too.
And I can't believe it. The guy says, no, we're all set. Somebody else called. I'm like, somebody else called? Well, 2 witnesses is better than 1, right? But he says, no, we're good. So that's kind of where it ends. Then I started thinking, well, maybe I'll just turn the corner and see what he's doing. Maybe I'll roll up on him and ask him, you know, is this how you resolve conflicts in Detroit? But then I thought the only story is going to be dead, stupid reporter. So I decided to just keep on going downtown. But I wasn't done, not by a long shot. I got that other 911 call.
Detroit Emergency 911, where's the problem?
Kirchhoff and Chalmers, someone's firing a gun.
What do you mean, fighting with a gun?
Firing a gun.
Oh, firing a gun. All right.
Yes.
You see who's firing?
Well, right now I'm kind of crouched behind a car, so... Now he took off. I don't see him anymore.
I listened to the tape. You gave a great description.
Yeah, he ran into alley, just between Chalmers and the next block down. In fact, I see him. He's halfway down the block between Werner and Kirchhoff.
I thought you were a trained law enforcement officer. The way you relayed the information, the name should have been taken. It's rare when we get folks who actually say, I want to be a witness, I'm going to leave my name. So frequently folks don't want to get involved, but with you wanting to leave your name, he should have took your name.
Now what happens when somebody says, I tried to help once, they wouldn't take my name? I don't know.
Well, they're likely not to call back the next time. They're going to talk to their friends and family and neighbors and say, hey, this is what happened to me. They don't really care.
When it comes to the point where the system needs them to come forward, it's like, well, I tried to come forward before, so now what's the use?
We will be instructing all of our folks that our 911 call takers and everyone, if somebody offers your name, by all means take their name. If it reoccurs, then discipline will be appropriate.
So everybody's on notice from here on out.
Everybody's on notice, and it won't happen again.